This morning, escalating tensions, a show of force from US and South Korean soldiers in response to North Korea's intercontinental ballistic missile test. A family's desperate plea to find a British tourist missing near Melbourne. Atomic meltdown, the Aussie tennis star lets fly following his first round loss at Wimbledon. And missed by millimetres, a heart-stopping moment on a pedestrian crossing.
This is 7 News with Chris Reason.
Good morning. The United States has responded swiftly to North Korea's missile launch yesterday, conducting their own missile drills from South Korea this morning. It's a serious escalation in the tensions between the superpower and the rogue state, which claims the North Korean missile for the first time can now reach Alaska in America or Darwin here.
A tit-for-tat response, swift and a show of might. The United States and South Korea conducting their own joint military exercise with the launch of a precision strike missile.
A coronial inquest found she died between December 1992 and December 93 at Wentworth Falls of injuries inflicted by another person. Well, next in 7 News, the two men trying to buy Channel 10. Destructive lesson why firefighters have released this video as a warning to homeowners. And look before you cross, a baby's incredible near miss on a pedestrian crossing. Welcome back. The ACCC has confirmed the key former board members of Channel 10 are planning a takeover of the struggling network. The competition regulator says shareholders Lachlan Murdoch and Bruce Gordon have applied for informal clearance to go ahead with their plans. Channel 10 was placed in voluntary administration last month after Mr Murdoch, Mr Gordon and casino boss James Packer refused to guarantee any further loans. And continuing on the finance theme now, joining me is Westpac senior economist Matthew Hassan. Matthew, good morning to you. How are our markets reacting after yesterday's interest rate decision to keep those rates on hold at 1.5?
Yeah, they're settling back down a bit. We had a pretty quiet lead-in from offshore overnight with the Independence Day holidays keeping the US markets very quiet. Locally, the ASX has given back some of those gains from yesterday. We're down 27 points so far with broad-based selling. Miners really the only sector seeing gains. Amongst the big movers, the CBA is down 54 cents, BHP is up 18 cents. The Aussie dollar's also been settling down as well. We gave about half a cent yesterday. We're currently trading just above 76 cents US.
OK, and what's coming up on the financial news in the near future?
When we reconvene tonight, markets will be focused on the US Fed meeting minutes due out overnight. There'll be a lot of focus on the Fed's resolve in terms of its interest rate tightening cycle. At the moment, the market's only pricing in one more move, but the Fed's clearly planning more than that. Aside from that, locally we're back to trade data tomorrow, but a fairly quiet finish to the week. I think we'll be looking forward to that. Back to Chris.
All right. Matthew Hassan, many thanks.
Cheers.
Firefighters in Yorkshire have released pictures of a shed explosion as a warning about storing flammable items. It wandered back outside. Well, next in 7 News, all the day's sport with Jim Wilson, and we have breaking news on a grand final hero in the AFL and a controversial stage finish at the Tour de France. That's next.
Good morning, everyone. We begin with breaking news in the AFL this morning, and Western Bulldogs grand final hero Tom Boyd has been granted indefinite leave from the club. Live reporter Tom Brown in Melbourne. Tom, good morning to you. Boyd has been diagnosed with clinical depression.
Good morning, Jim. Tom Boyd, one of the biggest stars in the game, instrumental in the Bulldogs' premiership success last year, one of the game's highest paid players. He's had a tough season, struggled to get a game this year, and the Bulldogs have revealed this morning he is battling some mental health issues. Jim, this comes 2 weeks after teammate Travis Cloke admitted similar issues bravely, 3 weeks after Fasolo at Collingwood, and roughly a year after Buddy Franklin. So clearly a massive issue in the game. I'll move on to Tom Bugg, who last night the Demon received 6 weeks for that massive hit.
Horn will be given a ticker tape parade tomorrow in Brisbane. They're the athletes we should be celebrating, Chris. Really disappointing with Bernie, but well done to Arena Rodionova. That's a great feel-good story.
Good stuff. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Chris.
Cheers, mate. Next up in 7's Morning News, the national weather forecast with Angie Asimus.
To Sydney, where a car has crashed through the front bedroom.
So a very close call for them.
A gunman is on the run.
He aimed that rifle at his head,
bringing the game into disrepute.
Stunning outburst.
I couldn't care less.
There are calls that he needs to be sacked or resign.
He was down in the crowds singing, praying and preaching.
The execution-style murder.
12 leaders have condemned North Korea's latest missile test.
Wake up to all the news on Sunrise, Australia's #1.
Well, let's get a check now of the weather forecast with Angie Asmus. Angie, how's it looking?
Chris, good morning. Well, it's another stunning day in the country's east, although a little unsettled and cool for our southern capital. So let's take a look outside right now with our weather wall. Brisbane is enjoying another unseasonably warm day. It is fine and already 23 degrees ahead of a forecast top of 26. Sydney is sparkling too under stunning winter sunshine. It is a little crisp outside though, with an apparent temperature of 12, although it should get to 21 later in the day. There's a bit more cloud about for Melbourne. The chance of showers this afternoon, 14 degrees now. Showers easing for Adelaide, heading for a top of 16 today. On the satellite, a low and trough in the southeast are generating showers, heavy in parts across South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania, while a front is bringing a gusty cold change to southwestern parts of WA. Tomorrow's forecast, Brisbane's spring-like weather continues, a top of 24. Big blue skies for Sydney again too, although cool, 18 degrees the top. It's back to 0 to get the day started in Canberra. Just a possible late shower for Melbourne. Hobart partly cloudy and 13. Adelaide a shower or 2. Unsettled for Perth as well, with showers increasing later in the day. That is the latest weather. More details at 4 and 6 o'clock, Chris.
Thanks, Angie. That is 7 News, and now we'll keep you up to date throughout the day. I'm Chris Reason. Thanks for your company. Have a great day.